Hey everybody, how are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Okay, so there's just a couple of things I wanted to say. So I was reading this article that was published today from Boston, and it was talking about all of the letters that the court received on Lindsay Clancy's behalf, basically. All of these people who say that she was the nicest person, she was the best mom, she would have never done this, she loved her kids. Now, the thing is here that people think they know other people, right? People think that because they've worked with you for a couple of years that they know you, right? Or people think that because they see you around the community that they know you. The thing is here, in cases like this, nobody knows what people are really like behind closed doors. When that person goes home and that person is just at home with their family, nobody knows what it's like. Nobody knows. So, let me put it like this. Some people portray themselves differently in the public eye than they do when they are at home alone with their husband, with their kids, with their wife, with their girlfriend, whatever the case may be. Now, people who do this are good at what they do. They're very manipulative. They know how to work other people to get other people to perceive them in a certain way. So, of course, you have people that are like, oh my God, she would never. Oh my God, she was the best mother ever. Right? But again, you don't know what people are like behind closed doors. That is what she wanted her public perception to be. Okay? Now, she was a maternity ward nurse, right? Delivery nurse. So she was trained to pick up on postpartum depression in mothers. That's why they watch you for a while, for like a day after you have your kid to see how you're going to act. They're looking for signs of postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, however you want to say it. So she knew exactly what the signs of that were. She knew what meds would be prescribed for that. She knew all about postpartum depression. So it would make sense that that was what she chose to go with, right? Because she thought that she knew it. She knew it. She knew she could nail that. And she did. Look at all the people that are on her side. It's astounding. All right? But let's look at Chris Watts, for example. Nobody knew. Nobody knew he was a freaking monster who hated his wife and his kids because he portrayed himself totally different in the public eye. Nobody knew. Nobody thought that he would do what he did. Right? But he did. Why? Because he was a very manipulative, narcissistic person. He got people to believe what he wanted to believe, what he wanted them to believe, right? So they had this perception of him. That's why they say perception is in the eye of the beholder, because everybody's perception of everything is different. So all of these people that are writing these letters backing her and saying, she would never do something like this in her right mind, don't really know, do they? Because do you know that they say that it takes 10 to 12 years of living with a person day in and day out to really truly know who they are? Do you know that? I mean, look at the highway sniper. His wife had no clue that he was the guy out there every day doing that, and I mean, it can go on and on. Look it up. It could go on and on and on and on. But it makes sense to me that she chose this defense. She spent months setting up this defense, and it makes sense as to why the courts are getting all of these letters from people, because that's the vibe that she put out. That's the person that she put out to the world. Doesn't mean that's the person she is behind closed doors. Nobody knows her like that except for her husband. And we all know what he's doing, So I did just want to say that, because I'm sitting here trying to understand why people would send in these letters, why anybody would have sympathy for her. And then it hits me, because that's the perception that she put out. That's what she wanted people to think. This is exactly what she wanted. So her knowing the signs of postpartum depression, her knowing everything about it because she is a maternity nurse, her knowing all the meds that she would be prescribed, her also knowing the side effects of those said meds, right? She knew all of that. So she spent months going around trying to get this diagnosis from doctors who would not give it to her. She did not have PPD. So she'd get a med. Oh, I don't like that one. It makes me feel like a zombie. Whatever. On to the next one. Next one. Because she knew this was her plan. She knew she was going to carry this out at some point, right? She knew that it would look, how it would look to the public, that she was prescribed 12 different medications. But really, at the time of the murder, she was only on 3. But people just want to overlook that fact, okay? And I really wanted to bring up the Chris Watts thing because nobody thought that he was going to do that. Nobody thought he was capable of that. And why? Why? Because of the perception. Because of the idea that of who he was, that he put out to the public. That he put out to people he interacted with in daily life. He manipulated them into thinking that he was somebody that he wasn't, which is exactly what Lindsay Clancy is doing in this case. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. I'll see you guys later.